Okay, finally we're gonna be talking about one of our favorite fighters. He's a local fighter. His name is Nuwan Jayakody. He fights out of Washington D.C. at 135 pounds. And Nuwan originally came from Sri Lanka, and he had a vast amateur career there and a very successful one at it. He came to the U.S. To have a brief amateur career and then turn pro just last year. Me and CP here have been training with Nuwan since he got here for a little over almost 2 years now, and we've been sparring with him. Very talented fighter. Now he's just looking for to build his career, build his stats up so that he can fight the higher level guys. So.
That's him on the screen right
Yeah.
now.
So he's here. Good looking guy, right?
Yeah.
So he's here right now. This is his fight in New York that he had, I believe, a month ago. Unfortunately, he was unsuccessful in that fight, but he's still young. He's still learning. He has a lot going for him, and we really can't wait for him to move up in talent. He has a fight coming up the 23rd, the same night that Manny Pacquiao is fighting. So if you don't have your money to pay for those pay-per-view fights, I'll go to Nuwan's fight. So again, we're looking forward to Nuwan's fight coming up.
Yeah, the first time I met him, I called him the Sri Lankan tiger.
That's
Anyway, so we have known the kid for a while. We do spar with him, so we have like first-hand knowledge of Nuwan. Let's quickly talk about from the first day we saw him up to now. What changes have you seen, or comparing to when you first knew Nuwan and to now? What are things that you like and you did not like?
Okay. The thing with Nuwan is he was an amateur boxer. He was successful in amateur boxing, and you see it in his style. When he gets in the ring as a pro. A lot of the amateur boxers, they struggle with becoming pros.
Yeah.
Because the styles is a totally different fighting style. A guy like Gennady Golovkin, like the one we spoke about earlier, Gennady Golovkin had the same problem. I thought that his style in amateur boxing was more of a professional style, which is the reason why when he transferred into the professional style, it was an easier I guess movement transition to the different level. But now with Nuwan, it's the opposite. I think I'm not saying he's struggling with it. He is still learning to learn the professional style, and a lot of it has to do with getting that killer instinct. The more fights he's been going to, the better he's getting, which is a really great positive. And he's just a talented fighter. He's a very talented fighter.
Yeah.
And he has controlled aggression that reminds me a lot of what's his name? I keep forgetting his name. Matisse. There we go. He reminds me of a Sri Lankan Matisse.
Sri Lankan Matisse.
So he has a lot of power. As you know, when he first fought me and CP, when we first sparred together, that power is evident.
Yeah,
I'm a heavyweight, and I still shriek a little bit whenever he punches my stomach. So he is a good fighter. I can't wait until he finally transitioned to the professional boxing fighter. I'm just waiting for him to get that killer instinct, which Randolph Kennedy is his trainer. Great trainer. He trains out of the UFC boxing gym, and Randolph is giving him the guidance and the skills needed to be successful in the boxing career. I have a feeling that Nuwan is going to be one of those professional boxers that struggle a little bit, but something's going to click. Something's just going to click where he's just going to get one win after another. And I'm waiting for that moment, and I think it's going to happen soon. His last fight, from what I heard, I wasn't there to see it. It was in Washington D.C. I heard that he was winning the fight, but the decision was a draw. So right now, he's improving. So the next fight's gotta be a win.
Okay.
So he needs this next fight, and there's no doubt in my mind that he is gonna win this next fight. So I'm looking forward to that fight. Unfortunately, because of the scheduling issues with Manny Pacquiao's fight, I won't be there watching it. But I heard that there are people who are going to be videotaping, and I do want to see the improvements that are evident in his previous fights.
Okay. So. You have been in the ring with Nuwan. You know, we do spar with Nuwan. So when you're in the ring sparring with him, what are some of the things that you think you can, you know, he needs some work on? Not exposing him to his potential opponents, but what will you tell, let's say, Randolph to do when you spar with him?
Well, it's not that I would tell Randolph. Randolph already knows Nuwan's weaknesses. Before it was his biggest weakness. I'm not gonna say anything that I think he needs to improve on. I'm not his trainer. You know, each fighter is different, and the best person to tell you that would be Randolph because he's his trainer. But I think one thing that Randolph has improved in Nuwan's fighting style is Nuwan's entry, getting inside. Before Nuwan would go in with the hooks, but Nuwan now is a little more patient, and he comes in with a jab, which is really good. Okay. It shortens the distance. He's able to shorten the distance with that jab. Okay. Jabs, and then he comes in and does the body. He works on the body. Okay. So he should thank Randolph for that because Randolph has worked very hard with pad work and a lot of the footwork with Nuwan. So.
Oh, okay. So how do you see Nuwan, let's say 2-3 years from now, in the program?
Like I said before, that click that's gonna be evident in the coming fights. It's gonna be coming up, where Nuwan's just gonna become a total different level. And the moment that happens, he's gonna be successful, fight after another. So in 2-3 years from now, I see him being televised.
Oh, okay. That's good. That's good. Lastly, before we close in one segment, in terms of his, let's say his jabbing, because I mean, one thing that we did talk me and you before when we first met Nuwan, he's so good when he's moving, when he's boxing. He's so good. He's very, very good when he's boxing. He's also a fighter. Sometimes he goes in there and wanna bang and mix it up. Do you think that? What do you think about that aspect of his boxing? Which, if he uses, he's very good in terms of when he moves his footwork. Is that something that you would want him to see more of him or not?
Yeah, I would like. I think there's a confusion right now when people say I want you to be a finisher. People think when you say I want you to be a finisher. They want you to be, just aggressive, like, all-out boxer, not think about anything else, just throwing wild punches. No. Guys like Mayweather, even though he's not known for his finishing, he's a great finisher.
He's finished differently.
Yeah, exactly. Zab Judah, the same way. Well, when I first sparred with Nuwan, he had that technique. He has the ability to be that technical than like those fighters. Great ring control. Ring awareness skills, amazing ring awareness skills. Right now, I think if he transitions to that technical part, which Randolph is working on right now, I think he's very close. He's very close to be that technical. And I just saw him. I was sparring. I was actually training with Randolph this morning, and I saw him doing some mitt works with Nuwan, and I saw those. I saw it more evident today than I've seen before. So I do see a big difference now, and I'm looking forward to seeing Nuwan because he has a lot of talent, a lot of skills, a very humble kid, and I really think that he could be very successful. And despite his losses in his first couple of fights, no one really cares about that. What people care about is what you become later on. And now I think he's going to be successful in his next fight. Yeah. There's no doubt in my mind he's going to beat the next fighter.
Okay, and lastly, Nuwan also spars with Dado, the kid from he's American, but he's from Argentinian descent. When he spars with Dado has that kind of Mexican style where he has that spirit of fighting. Are there things that you see differently when he spars you, or
Um,
when he spar me or somebody else?
yeah. Well, my boxing style is a little different.
Yeah.
I don't really have a boxing style.
You're like Bruce Lee.
I'm like Bruce Lee, like
No
water, like water.
Water.
But
Be water, my
I people feel like water, my friend. Yeah. But yeah, I like to do a lot of jabs. I'm a southpaw fighter. Obviously, because I'm Manny Pacquiao. I am Manny Pacquiao. Yeah. So I had whenever I do fight him, I try to be as technical as possible. A lot of like similar to like a Zab Judah. I know how I'm comparing myself against with the great fighters, but I am nothing like them.
I
By the
think
way.
you're going too far.
No, but I do like to be a little more technical, so I can help him with fighting guys like that. Before I used to just jab him just to keep him away, but now he has a good way of getting in, and that is his overhand right underneath. So he does a overhand right when he's trying to get in. He does the jab just to get my guard down, just to focus on my head, and then suddenly he goes for that jab, that straight to the body, and it always hurts. I shriek a little bit. I get that girly. So you know he is a good fighter. He's a fast learner, and the best thing about fighters like that is that you can mold them to become great. A lot of trainers that's why Randolph has gravitated towards Nuwan, is because he is willing to learn. There's some fighters that just are, they think that they're always right, but no, Nuwan is not that kind of fighter. So.
Okay.
Looking forward to seeing him the 23rd.
Okay. Well, we've come to the end of our show for this week. So give us your closing arguments about everything that we have talked, and also I guess I just wish the people in Philippines they can recover soon, and
Yes.
let's hopefully they have a better future, and so you can close the show. And
Okay. Thank you again, CP, for inviting me to the DMV Sports Zone. There's a lot of great fights before the end of the year. There's Nonito Donato fighting tonight and also Mikey Garcia is fighting. Gennady Golovkin is I think gonna fight before the end of the year. And obviously the Manny Pacquiao. Brandon Rios fight in Macau is gonna be a record-breaking fight, I believe. Not only in the attendance but in pay-per-view views. I know the Mayweather Alvarez fight was there was a big hype behind that fight, and they broke records. They even broke the Oscar De La Hoya Mayweather record. But when it comes to attendance, I think the Mayweather fight, because of how the amount of people that is in the Asian community has so much support for Manny Pacquiao. I think they're going to be really successful business-wise when it comes to this fight. So there are a lot of good fights coming up, and it's good to see the boxing community come together and bring this really entertaining fights for us. Because we've experienced a couple of years where we really saw fights that we really didn't want to see. But now I'm excited about this fights coming up. So
okay.
Peace.
Thanks, man.
No problem.
Yeah.